Boom. Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, draft guru with a little rant. I'm so sick and tired of the pussification of sports that has happened in this world. Everyone's going nuts about a tiny little skirmish between Ohio State and Michigan. Yo, people act like there was dudes out there with bats and clubs and knives and guns. Bro, no, it wasn't. They're two rivals. Michigan upset them. First of all, Ohio. Let's just go back a second. Coach Day for Ohio State should be fired. They paid almost $11 million in NIL for Ohio State's team this year, right? Coach Day. What Ohio State paid in NIL money. So that team cost them $11 million this year. And I said, if he doesn't win it this year, he should not even he should be fired. And hopefully he will. Now let's get back to Michigan. That was their rival. They've had a down year. They got a new coach. I liked what they did. But if you do that at another team's house, you have to expect them to come back at you, and which is great. Because you see, when I coached, I had three things. We win together, we lose together, we fight together. That includes me almost knocking a coach out at the 50-yard line because he had a big mouth. And he brought up a technicality of a running back's weight and his age, and it was ridiculous. And the kid weighed about 105 pounds. But, these guys, they act like they're coaching in the NFL. So, Michigan plants the flag, or tries to, and a fight breaks out. Bro, you have to expect that. And NCAA, they gave everybody fines. Bro, what's the big deal, man? It's football. Fights happen in football. And I loved the way, and I guarantee you, this increased his draft stock. Anyone that's followed my channel back in May, back in the summer, I gave you Ohio State edge Jack Sawyer. 6'5", 260. His heart weighs a hell of a lot more than that. 47 tackles on the year, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception. I'll bet money the Steelers drafted him. I'll put money on it. So Michigan's trying to plant the flag. He rips it down. What do you expect to do, bro? Someone is going to plant a flag in your house, and then everyone's making I guarantee you. And then you see him flipping off on, I don't know if it's an assistant. First of all, Coach Day should be fired just for standing there and not even doing nothing. He's just stood there like, I guess he's never seen a fight in his life. You'd be surprised, bro. They say the average guy can count on one hand how many girls he's, and I guarantee you, they say the average guy could also count on his hand how many fights he's been in. I bet you I don't think he's been in many. Because the way he looked shocked. He looked like he didn't know what was going on. So you're not getting in the middle. I'm not saying to instigate it. I'm just trying to say, just trying to, let's get them go at it a little bit, but let's calm things down a little bit, We got to put on a showing. He is the head coach, but he didn't do anything. He just stood there in shock. How many times have I said on this show, when shit goes down, people lose it. They stand there and they freeze and do nothing. And it happens in all lines of work. That's what he did. He just stood there and did nothing. Then they separated the two teams. And then somebody else in Michigan grabbed the flag, tried planting it again. Edge, Jack Sawyer ran, ripped the flag, and ran it over to Ohio State side. And then you see him going off into an assistant saying, yo, this is our house. You do not let anyone go into your house and disrespect you in your house. Sorry. But this is the problem of the pussification of sports. So both teams, I mean, like they acted like I said, they acted like it was the gangs of New York, man, the plug uglies versus the Native Americans. It was the Native. What was it with Daniel Day-Lewis? What great movie, bro! It was the Native Americans versus the Dead Rabbits. Great movie. Great movie, The Gangs of New York, bro. If you ever get a chance to watch it, watch it. The book was even better, and they say New York during those times put the Midwest to shame. But long story short, man, it's like everyone's making a big deal about this, and I guarantee you, Jack Sawyer increased his draft status from it. Because, like, this is not me. This is Charles Haley. Charles Haley's great defensive end. He played for the Dallas Cowboys, Hall of Famer, said they are teaching. This is not the game I played. They are teaching our children to play flag football. That's Charles Haley's quote unquote. Not from me. That's him. It's become a pussification. There's so many plays. If you hit someone not leading with the helmet, it's intentional. Now we had plays this past weekend where guys went low. Well, if you can't go high because you're going to get, a targeting helmet leading with the crown of your head, hitting someone, you can't hit someone else in the head. Then if they go low, oh, that's a cheap shot and a flag. So which one is it? You can't go high, and we all said that when rule came out, it's going to lead to more lower leg injuries. And why don't you get a poll and ask any NCAA athlete and NFL athlete, where would they rather get hit? In the knees or the legs? I guarantee you they'll all say they'd rather get hit in the head. I'm neither an Ohio State fan and I'm neither a Michigan fan. What I'm trying to say is all this hoopla they're making, they made it seem like it was the fight from the Gangs of New York. And it was just all it was two teams playing with passion. But when Michigan, you do that in someone's house, expect there to be a fight, man. I'm not talking about a couple of years ago when I think it was Michigan State and Michigan. They caught a kid in the tunnel. It was like 4-on-1. Nah, bro, that's straight up thug shit. I'm sorry, 4 dudes on one. I'm sorry, man. And I think those kids. I don't know if charges ever got pressed or they got suspended or whatever. But it was between Michigan State and Michigan. And it was legit. It was like 3-4 players beating up on one player. And there's no place for that in college football. I'm just talking about what happens on the field. Because let's be honest, people, what is football? Football is violence. Then a whistle, then violence again, and a whistle. Violence again, then a whistle. Like I've said my whole life, it's amazing. I've seen some of the biggest dudes. Zero heart, bro. Zero. That's why when I grade my guys, don't get me wrong, like, prototypical size is great. Doesn't measure heart, bro. And, like, how was it? 2 weeks ago, the Cowboys lost. Not even a half hour later, Diggs and Lamb were in the ball, laughing it up. guys don't care. At least these kids in college care, and they play. That's why I like college football much better than the NFL. Jack Sawyer, he can play on my team any day of the week, and I gave you him in the beginning of the summer. He's a top 10 edge, and he's a borderline first round draft pick. I see him going in the late teens, because late first rounder. I see him going late first rounder, early second, the latest, because he can get to the passer. He's not going to get washed out versus the run. He's athletic. He has heart. He has the measurables. And like I said, for any coach that appreciates heart, because he knows 99% of his players don't have it. They're just like gifted athletically. If he gets at if he goes past the second round, it's a travesty. But I don't see it happening. But what do I know? Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Coach Day, Ohio State, your ass should be fired, bro. $11 million it cost for this team this year, and you lost not once, twice. Out.